Use automatic ridge for all your climbing and maneuvering. You're using a lot of power, and if your mixture is not rich enough, there's danger of burning up the engine. Use a partial power climb if the tactical situation permits. Around 135 knots is about the best indicated speed. The cylinder heads have a rather high limitation, 260 degrees, and this should be used with caution. Oil temperature shouldn't exceed 95 degrees. Let's level off for cruising. In the combat overload condition, you can carry 344 gallons inside and 160 in the droppable belly tank, a total of 504 gallons. Refer to your pilot's handbook frequently for data on fuel consumption. If you use military power, you'll burn 275 gallons an hour. Rated power, over 200. Maximum cruising condition will be in automatic lean, 2,330 RPM, 32 inches in neutral blower, below 14,500 feet. This condition will burn about 100 gallons an hour. Recommended cruise is automatic lean, 2,150 RPM, 29 inches in any blower, using about 80 gallons per hour. You can cut your RPM down to 1,350 at 29 inches and reduce the gas consumption to about 45 gallons an hour. With this low power, your 2-to-1 reduction gear will be turning the prop at 675 RPM, and the Corsair will hum along like an oversized sewing machine. Burn up your wing tanks first. They have no gauges, remember. And begin with the left one. That's the wing which stalls first due to the torque reaction of the engine. Now that we've attained a safe altitude, let's explore the stall characteristics of this airplane. We're going to stall with power off in the landing condition. With the flaps at 30 degrees, she'll go at around 77 knots and go quickly. Regain control as quickly as possible, and you'll run no chance of trouble. Stalls are abrupt and preceded by very little warning in the nature of buffeting. Stick pressures are heavy, but with experience, you'll become familiar with the F4U's stall characteristics. In approaching a power stall in the clean condition, the control movements will be very small, and there is only a quick warning. At about 85 knots, there she goes, off on the left wing. Stick pressures are heavy. You can help them with your task. But prompt, positive action results in a normal recovery. All right, let's put the wheels down and lower the flaps about 30 degrees. You'll want to familiarize yourself with her feel and behavior in this condition before you try any carrier landing. With power on, she stalls a few knots slower, with an incipient spin to the left. Again, prompt action and normal technique bring about normal recovery. Now let's see how she behaves in a dive. The open cabin is not designed for speeds above 300 knots, so be sure it's closed before diving the airplane. Go through your checkoff list. To extend the landing gear for diving, don't use your landing gear control or you'll lower your tail wheel, which won't stand up to high speed. Lower the wheels with the dive brake control. This will leave the tail wheel retracted. Throttle slightly open. Mix in automatic ridge. Fuel tank on reserve. All flaps closed, and you're ready to push over. Make your corrections early in the dive, and don't let the engine rev at 3,060 for more than 30 seconds. Don't exceed the speed and acceleration restrictions placed on this airplane by current technical orders. And don't exceed 7 Gs in any loading condition. At speeds below 175 knots, you can shorten the radius of a turn by lowering your flaps to not over 25 degrees. They're not to be used in diving or in pull-outs, but were designed for possible use in increasing maneuverability at slow speeds and to assist in taking off and landing. However, it would be poor tactics to try to bugfight with any airplane with superior maneuverability. Use that reserve power and get out of there. The Corsair is not restricted as to acrobatic maneuvers, such as the loop, which may be entered at a speed of about 210 knots, the Immelman, also executed at about 210 knots. And the slow roll, which may be performed at a speed of approximately 180 knots. As you come in to make a landing, always go methodically through your checkoff list. Keep in mind that the airplane in the three-point position on the ground is approximately in the stalling angle of attack. If you pull the tail down beyond this, the airplane will stall drop the left wing and make a rough landing. Flaps will normally be down about 30 degrees. Come in with power and make your first landing slightly tail high. You may notice the left wing getting a bit heavy, but you can set her down on 2 points and use the rudder to maintain your direction. If the tail is forced down at high speeds, a pronounced buffeting effect will develop and the plane will swerve. However, when the tail is held up by forward pressure on the stick, the buffeting effect will be slight and swerving will be minimized. Notice that the airplane should be down on all 3 points before the brakes are touched. You can't see directly ahead, and therefore you must be doubly alert to maintain your path. Normal technique with the brakes will maintain your direction, and experience will bring competence in any flap setting. Now let's watch the F4U come in for a feed carrier landing. The normal landing checkoff list is used, but for this type of landing, flaps are fully extended. As you approach the mat, keep your eyes on the signal officer. Slightly fast, he wigwags. Now, a little low. When he gives you the cut, close the throttle, break your glide, and set her down. Get to know the installation, controls, and engine operation of the F4U. Familiarize yourself with their takeoff and landing habits and rather abrupt stalling characteristics. There's nothing about the Corsair that good pilot technique can't handle. There's plenty of guts in her engine and plenty of sting in her gun.